Welcome to Glee TV. It's Thursday afternoon, it's been a long Glee, and last night we presented the Glee New Product Awards. And one of the awards we presented, we do it every year, is for the Glee Best of British Product. And the winner of that product also won the Garden Leisure category, and that winner was Pinnacle Agri products with their Firestorm product. And with me, Stephen Morris, who's going to talk about it. But the judges were just blown away by the idea of the product, the way it worked, and fantastically pleased that it was made in Britain. And it's made in Bromyard in Herefordshire.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So Stephen, tell us about the product.
So the product is very unique, totally unique. Most people are familiar with patio heaters. A lot of us grew up with the old mushroom-topped gas ones.
Yes.
Of course, that's not so favourable nowadays. This one's driven by wood pellets, sustainably sourced. They just go into a hopper and gravity feed down, so there's no electricity needed, no power whatsoever, there's no fan. People often think there's a fan blowing the flame up. The flame actually climbs up to a 6 foot high flame that is encapsulated within a glass tube. So it looks fantastic, as well as giving out lots and lots of radiant heat.
Yeah. It certainly does look good, and I've been close to it, and it gets hot.
It does. Yeah.
But tell us about the difference between burning pellets as opposed to burning other forms of fuel, because you explained that to the judges, didn't you?
Yeah. So we're all aware that we've got to do things for the future.
Yes.
You know, not for our generation, but for the generations coming on. You know, so the more we can move away from fossil fuels, the better. So the fuel we use, wood pellets, the ones we use and try and advise our customers to use are from a company that's based in Scotland. So the timber is grown effectively as a crop in Scotland, and for every tree they cut down, they plant 3 more.
Right, okay.
So the CO2 that obviously does put out,
yes,
because it's burning, is far less than what has been taken in and is taken in by subsequent trees that are grown. So yeah, it's.
But the other benefit
stuff.
of burning wood pellets is it creates less smoke, does it?
Yeah. So because they are very low in moisture, we get very small amount of smoke, and the little tiny wisp that is created, you can hardly see any at all, in fact, is up and away from people. Yeah. So you don't actually get covered in smoke like you would with a traditional fire pit or a chimney, etc.
Yes.
So you go away end of the evening, not thinking, oh, I've got to wash my clothes, wash my hair, etc. Which is a fantastic benefit for everybody that uses them.
And something I haven't had the chance to ask you, what was the inspiration behind creating the product?
You know, people have asked this before, and I really don't know. We've looked at different things over the years, myself and my son, and I'm getting on a little bit now, and I do sometimes wonder where the inspiration comes from. You just sort of think, how about doing this? So we looked at sort of gas ones, and we've had gas ones, and we've had fire pits and all the rest of it. And I suppose you just, in the back of your mind, you sort of churn things around, and then sometimes a spark, excuse the pun, comes to you. So I honestly don't know.
Right, okay. Because the other thing I particularly liked about it, I'm sure the judges did, is actually it's very stylishly designed.
Oh, thank you.
Is that your design work, or is it Zach's?
We always have a little joke between us, actually, because, you know, when we're talking to people, and we say, so you're both designing, and Zach says, you know, oh, he makes very good coffee, and I say the same thing about him, you see.
Right, okay.
So we both worked on it together.
Yes.
In all fairness.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all of the design, we both worked on the CAD, on the computer, and have just come up with this new version, which aesthetically does look better, we think, than the previous iteration.
Right, okay.
So first and foremost, we're both engineers.
Right, okay.
And so getting it right to work right took a long time, a lot of prototypes, a lot of simulations on the computer, etc.
Yes,
but now we're sort of working slowly but surely on sort of little tweaks here and there to sort of perfect things, make it look better, etc. So, but we think it looks really nice.
And you explained about the glass tube that the flame goes up. That's a specific sort of glass, is it? That you have to access.
Yeah. So we get those made specially for us. It's the same sort of glass as Pyrex.
Right,
That's
okay.
what most people would know. Pyrex,
Yes,
obviously a well-known trade name, which is borosilicate glass.
Right.
basically designed to take the heat.
Yes.
So it can take the heat, also take the cold. So we've taken these right down to minus 30 degrees as well.
Right, okay.
So if we get down to minus 30 in, in the UK, we're all in trouble, I think.
Yeah, absolutely,
So yeah.
But if somebody bought one, they could leave it out, or will you actually add a cover to the product?
We haven't at the moment.
Right.
One or two people have suggested we do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't need a cover. If it actually rains, then the water will go in the tube at the top.
Of course, yes, it goes in the top and straight away
and
through.
Straight all the way through and drains out the bottom where one of the air intakes is.
Yeah. And of course the idea is to, as you explained, is to run it until the pellets run out.
Yes.
So therefore you don't leave any pellets to take up moisture in there.
No, exactly right. So turning it off is literally letting it burn through the last remaining pellets.
Yes.
Yeah. So it empties itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. So
Thank
congratulations on winning the Best of British Award at Glee.
Thank you. Yeah.
The previous winner of the Best of British Award is here, and they've had a great Glee riding on the back of that. So you can come back to Glee with your certificate next year and remind people you did.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic
well done.
Time.
The Best of British product at Glee 2023 is Firestorm. Well done.
Thank you.